Alright lads, so today we did finally get the release of the new Senkaimon No Affiliation quest. Recently we just received the Aaroniero one, so nice to see an additional one so soon. And perfectly timed with the release of a new banner, which banner, where the entire banner is nothing but no affiliation characters. And I mentioned in my before you summon, I don't think you should summon with the idea of Senkaimon in mind, but it is a bonus if you do get a bunch of those Burn Witch units. Because even though some of them are on the older side, I'm pretty sure they'll be pretty competent enough in this particular quest. So with that said, let's just go ahead and clear it using some of my better characters, and then we'll come back in like a week's time and see if we can beat it only using resurrectable characters. But also keep in mind that this is now our third tower in the Affiliation 2 category, so right now we have access to 6 different Senkaimon quests, and we only have one more to go. That, of course, being the human Senkaimon quest. So that will be an Affiliation 2. Personally, OCD-wise, it'll be a bit weird having 4 in one page and then only 3 in another. So I wouldn't mind if we just had like an all-affiliation 4th tower, where you can pretty much just bring any character. That would be kind of cool. One, just to get additional rewards, but also just so both affiliations have access to 4 different towers. But it's, not that big a deal. Either way, again, normally when it comes to these quests, you're probably better off starting from stage 3. I like to work it up for the sake of, the video. But if you are actually struggling, it's better to start with stage 3 because that's technically the more difficult stage. But I'm pretty sure this will be relatively easy on my end, right? So when it comes to stage 1, mission set 1, we have to limit our accessories. So that's one of the better challenges out there. And what killer are we working with? We have Sniper Killer. So in this case, I guess we get to bring any of these characters. In my case, let's start off easy. Let's bring Noel. Let me maybe just bring Burn the Witch characters. It's a Burn the Witch celebration right now. Let's actually just bring Burn the Witch units. And maybe I should save this Noel for later, but we'll see. So let's just go with the standard builds. I don't really care much about EX abilities right now, although it would be the smart thing. We're just going to quickly build the characters, go in and then go out. So I okay, damage right now is not super high. But then again, I'm using like a character that's right now the oldest character in the game that has yet to resurrect in terms of new characters. So maybe it was actually good that we started using her straight away. Now, this Noel is actually really good on release. And in all honesty, I'm really liking that we have gotten so many Burn the Witch banners over the last couple or so years, right? It was a big deal. It was really special when we even got the Burn the Witch anime and had these characters added to the game. So I'm not going to complain about it. Like, this character was super fun. The only bad thing about it was the SA1. It's just like a really long delay to it. Other than that, really good unit for its time. But I would love to go back to canon characters. I know, again, there's not really much they can do right now. They've pretty much done everything they can do when it comes to canon characters for Burn the Witch. But I wouldn't mind like a remake of Noel and Nini, in all honesty. But I also do like the seasonals too, so I'm not going to complain too much. So, this might be a bit awkward, so let's get Yoichi to the corner and attack us. Okay, she's not going to attack us. Hold on. Can she pro punch? There we go. SA1. And then flash step away. There we go. We don't want to get hit. With the weakening, or sorry, the paralysis, if we get hit, the game's pretty much over. Let's use the soul bomb. Pretty cool stuff. Again, even though this character is pretty much based off the anime, she is technically a manga character because that attack is seen in the chapter 0. Like the very first chapter, not the official series, the one-shot, which now actually is animated. But that explains why we were able to get them right when the anime came out, and that was still new in of itself. So 1 minute and 15 seconds, pretty good thus far. When it comes to the bonus here, we are getting that 2 times strong attack damage. That's going to be really good for us. We definitely do need that, since we are going to be limiting ourselves to only using, no affiliation characters. And I guess in this case, we're going to use you next, Nini, and then we'll use Halloween Noel in the next rotation or next quest, That way we have the vortex to keep the enemy in place, so Yoruichi doesn't hit us with the soul bomb. All right, then, so jumping into the quest, here we go. So damage output's going to be decent here. We are getting that 2 times strong attack damage. That's going to help us out. But I did see a comment, and it is nice to reflect on it. Back when this character came out, she was quite, again, a big deal. Because it was our first seasonal banner for Burn the Witch, and it kind of came out of nowhere. No one was expecting it. So I remember when this happened, everyone was like, yo, the possibilities, like, what are we going to get next? When it comes to seasonals, are we finally going to get Swimsuit Nini in the world? That was like the big one straight away, because again, figures of those characters existed. And here we are, now finally have them, many years later. 3-4 years later, right? I think, I'm not too sure. It's around that though. So in this case, let's SA2. Damn, okay. We're going to wait a bit. Like, oh, okay, I didn't mean to do that much damage. Okay, fortunately for us, we actually did dodge it. That was pretty good then. We'll let the Sobon play out. It's pretty cute. And there we go, took her out. The idea there was to push back with the Vortex and, you know, get away. But fortunately, despite us using that SA3, we were able to actually do some pretty good damage and also dodge the Sobomb too. So there we go. Nini is now locked, moving into our final set from stage 1, where we are getting 2 times stamina, which is pretty decent, I guess. For our next character, we're going to just go with... let's just remove that one accessory, and then fortunately for us, Noelle is a hard character. So we are able to quickly build her. Now, my Noelle is actually right now 1-5. Based on the damage, we should be fine here. But I do have a copy of Noelle sitting in my box that I do need to feed into her. But right now, just didn't get around to doing it because it's not really a priority. But we need to clear in a minute. So as long as we can clear each room in 20 seconds, which seems to be the case, we should be able to easily clear this in under a minute. Only this time using one accessory, which again is relatively easy, because it doesn't hurt your cooldowns. The more challenging ones are definitely the use no character links, because at that point it does hurt your damage output, because you only have to, you know, you're only able to use a few strong attacks in the quest within the 1 minute time frame too. We actually got the weakening, so it's Sobon. Damn, never mind. I meant to say SA2. SA2 completely wiped out Yoruichi there. We'll take it. So there we go, stage 1. Not too bad. Only right now using Burn the Witch character. We might as well continue that trend all the way through stage 2 and also 3. So in this case, we are up against hollow enemies. So do we have any Burn the Witch hollow killers? Let's find out. Sure, we only have 1. No, we have 2. So Bruno and also Noelle. So I guess in this case, I will... Not Noelle, Nini. I'll save that. We might just use the 3 burnt swimsuit characters in the later half. So let's just go ahead and use Macy right now. Why not? And this one, hold on, is character link. So, you know, we might have to use Macy, the swimsuit one, in stage 2 mission 3. So let's actually go ahead and actually use Bruno instead, right? And we only have to use 2 character links, so pretty good. I'm pretty certain after we do clear this quest, we will get a normal attack damage buff, which will make the normal attack damage characters better, you know? Therefore, making it easier for someone like Macy. Alright. So damage output should be on the higher side now with the fact that we have the gauge activated. Not super high, though. He didn't get, like, the crazy damage output that you get. You know, Macy, for example, gets 100 bruiser and also flurry +1. And that kind of is the trend. Like, super high bruiser or berserker and flurry or frenzy. I'm pretty sure this character got damage reduction, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure why they've done that. They've kind of experimented. Oh, okay. Fortunately for us, we are immune. There we go. They've been kind of experimenting during the gauge effect, like Sang do got extra flash steps, but, you know, I think with the gauge effect, how it does work, it's just better to have more damage. And any extra effect they could potentially get, like extra flash steps or DR, is better just to have built into the character. Remember though, because this is our first time clearing this stage, we are getting an additional 75 orbs from this particular quest. But with that, we've now unlocked mission set 2, where we are indeed getting normal attack damage ×2 and also killer effects. So that's actually pretty good. In this case, let's go with killer effects, because we are going to use Nini for the next run. And we'll only take out Macy after this. So there we go. We have to use 2 character links, so pretty easy. Let's quickly set up that. Again, always nice to have character sets. And then I'll just quickly sort by Sporger Pressure. Do that. Do that, and there we go. 2 character links is all we need. Unfortunately, though, not like it matters. We're going to clear just fine, but again, Nini is another example, right? The most unfortunate thing about her is when we use the SA3 there to activate the gauge, you can see that we don't get any built-in recharge. It doesn't lower the cooldown, so we only ever get to use the SA3 once there. Damn! Okay, hold on. So like I was saying, you only get to use the SA3 once there, once you activate the gauge. And that kind of sucks, because other gauge characters get to use the strong attack 3 twice. Because once they activate the gauge, it lowers the cooldown. Let's go and use the SA1 though. Need to use our normal attacks to build it up. But she was like the first gauge rampage character, or one of the first. So they were kind of experimenting with her. I kind of understand the idea, but nah. Didn't make for fun gameplay. But she's still like decent. I still don't dislike her. She's just awkward. Bit weird to use. So going into the final stage, let's just sub them straight away. We'll let it play out because I'm a fan of Nini. Really not sure what's going on in the Soul Bomb. But she's a witch. I buy it. And then flash about the way. There we go. And then SA1 does take down Aizen. So with that, we are now going to pick up the normal attack damage ×2. And then also take out the only Burn the Witch Naz character. That being Noelle. Not Noelle. Why am I mixing up the names today? Macy. We are using Macy, who mine is currently 4-5, by the way. I'm tempted to max Transcended just for the purple, because I'm actually a fan of Macy. I like Macy, right? I have the other one, Max Transcended, on release, but I don't know. It's not really worth using a move source on her right now. I'm better saving that for other better characters, you know? If she was an SP character, though, I would have probably actually done that. So, are we allowed to use one character link? I assume we are. Let me just sort by attack and put on my best one. Let's do Abby Rama. Yeah, one character link at the very least. So they could have made it worse. Not like it would have mattered. They could have made it so there's no character links, but there we go. So we got the gauge effect. We pretty much are one-shot. We're definitely going to one-shot now. There we go. Look at that. Super fast. 9 seconds. Literally wiped out that entire wave. That's pretty cool. And just like that, pretty easy. Now we just need to make sure we don't take any damage against Aizen. We have no way to stop him. Unless he uses normal attack string. Oh, there we go. That was actually kind of close. We were lucky there. He decided to use his strong attack, then actually use the soul bomb. Pretty cool end pose. That's the first time I've seen that with Macy. There we go. Mission set, free at stage 2, done. Which then takes us into the next stage where we are up against Arankas. So pretty good for Nini. I guess we'll save her for last. And I guess in this case, we will just use... Let's start with Bruno. Let's use an old character first. Make it easier for ourselves. And then we'll just use Noelle and Nini. The swimsuit version. Save Nini for last. But yeah, once more, I remember when this character first came out, I was actually really happy with the way the character Someone came out. Because again, this character, unlike the other Nini and Noelle, the original ones that were based off the manga pages, pretty much, this was based off the episode, the anime episodes. So he has like a true one-to-one special with this, you know, with the anime scenes. And it looked really cool. I remember like, not being obsessed with it, but like super impressed by it. The character Summon. It was one of my favorite in the game, and it's still actually pretty good. I really like it. And again, it's another reason why I would like a new Bruno. I'll take a new season, not Bruno 2, right? But I wouldn't mind remakes of the... Ooh. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us. Yeah, we should be fine. We lost some full stamina, but... Damn, okay. Okay. Fortunately, it's only the first stage. I mean, okay, we actually hit with the SA3 there, nice. Only the first mission set, so we're able to take a few hits. Here we go. That's SA1, Soul Bomb, and then SA2. And I just glazed the Soul Bomb and I skipped it. My bad. It's a good Soul Bomb, though. There we go. Really cool character. Unfortunately, didn't age the best because they made him an arena character, right? So despite releasing after the 6th anniversary, there was debates whether he was better than a 5th anniversary character, which I never liked, but, you know, it is what it is. And the rules this time around is melee damage, so pretty cool stuff. We might as well claim that. Even though, to be fair, it's not going to help us for our next quest, because we are going to use Noelle instead, who's a ranged character. Although I could use Macy. No, she's also ranged, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's go with this. And we do have to limit our character links, so good to know. We'll just do Sanosuke and also Bambietta. And there we are. Never mind, we actually want to use 2 accessories. So I've quickly gone ahead and changed the builds to match the rules. There we go. Pretty decent damage. And I forgot what stars are we immune to. We should, yeah, we're immune to freeze. So we don't have to worry about these free pulls on the floor. Nor do we have to care about the traps. But we don't want to get hit by them, to be fair. Let's just get out the way. SA3. Into the 2. There we go. And... how are we going to handle this? I'm pretty sure our summon will do a lot of damage here. Let's just find out straight away. Yeah, a lot of damage. Lolly is also just a metal exchange character, so naturally she doesn't have like really good range, a good soul bomb. So it makes it pretty easy for us too. But to be fair, I guess kind of a nitpick. I wouldn't mind if they put more difficult characters as bosses just to make it somewhat challenging. Because more often than not, with the way this game does work, the boss stage is the easiest stage because that's where you use your soul bomb. The Yoruichi one's pretty challenging because you actually have to dodge a summon. It's an actual threat. With Lolly right now, not so much. But with that, we'll get the special move at damage ×2. Honestly, I probably should have just done that because Noelle didn't get any of the, you know, melee damage bonus. And then for Nini, can I quickly find a Capricorn Alpha? Let me just sort by 5-star plus. Because I did recently evolve it for that character. There we go. And then we'll just go with 3 character links. My best ones that I have. I know I can put on the Juice Roll, but we'll just keep it quick. Keep it simple. Let's go with that. There we go. So our final stage of the day. Using one of my favorite characters of the year thus far. Swimsuit Nini. Been waiting for this character. Super happy she's actually a really good character too. There we go. I thought the enemies were on the left there, but apparently not. Although we have to be careful. Are we immune to freeze too? I forgot. I don't think we are. I think it's paralysis. No, I think it's freeze, yeah. They're both immune to freeze. So pretty much, yeah, that was just super easy. In this case, we get to use our soul bond. I'm pretty sure this is going to one-shot. Let's find out. Looking at a sea stone. Get really cool background animation. Or art. And there we go. Lolly goes down. And with that, we have now cleared the No Affiliation Senkaimon quest. Pretty easy stuff. And again, that's kind of the good thing about this Burn Witch banner and why it is well timed. Just what I wanted to happen. The No Affiliation Tower to release with a new Burn Witch banner. Because, yeah, you can pretty much just summon on that banner and have 9 characters to take into this quest. But there are also other characters too. You don't just need, you know, it's not just Burn the Witch units. We have plenty of characters to spare there. Not everyone's going to have every character, but like you have the Uru and Jinta. Sorry, the Con. There, you know, new premium alternatives that you can use. You have White, you know, Quincy Ichigo, the 2 Yuhas. Don Kinoji is going to be on the rarer side, but you have some premium characters too. I'm sure you can probably get a stage out of this character too, so shouldn't be too bad. And you also have all the cons, although I doubt anyone would actually use them. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. In a couple of days' time, we'll try this tower again using only resurrectable units, which probably is going to be one of the more difficult challenges when it comes to our, you know, resurrection challenge. And I guess in my own time, I need to go ahead and actually clear the captain and also Quincy Senkaimon stage. So extra orbs from me. I'll gladly take it. Let's go ahead and claim all the rewards that we did get today. Right now, it's 600 orbs. I need all the orbs I can get. Right now, I am broke, and we'll be saving for the next big banner. So, hope you liked and enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Take care, and peace.